Hey, all right, the question is, how do you go about hiring a developer as a non-technical founder? Let's get back into some nitty-gritty stuff with this video. One, from the last videos, somewhere along the way, you'd have seen you have to do a lot of market research to feel confident and get the data that shows that the market actually needs or wants, but needs is better, needs your service or product. So if you've done that and you've gotten the data that gives you the confidence that that is accurate and true, and it's not just your gut, because guts can have shit for brains. And from that data and talking to potential users, you've clarified their perspective. And you should be able to draw up a decent mock-up of the MVP or prototype. Do that as detailed as possible. There's a lot of programs out there. Balsamiq is one, and I used to use Balsamiq, and then I realized I could get a more accurate visual using PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatever. Okay, so draw some mockups. Make them detailed, step by step. Each button goes to here, and you know what would happen. So if you have a simple app, it still might end up being like 10 slides. But if you do that, that's great. You've already learned a lot by doing it, and then you will sit down with, print them out even, but sit down with friends or potential users even better, and have them sort of feel their way through this, paper version of your product. You'll get more feedback from them. Those people will help you trim it down even further. Your natural instinct, one as a founder in general, but probably two as a non-technical founder even more, is to have a broad range and have this robust MVP. And if it's robust, it's not an MVP. You get feedback from potential users or friends, trim it down, trim the MVP down, and then you move on from there. But that'll help you create a truly minimum viable product or prototype that then you can start taking out to the programming community. So once you have that pared down, tight, efficient prototype, then you will be able to, you can do this in any order, or you can ignore everything I'm saying, but you can go and reach out to you must know someone who's a coder, or get to someone who can explain to you what these skill sets are that would be needed to do what you're now proposing on this limited prototype. What's the preferred language? What's, any protocols? I don't even know. Basically, you're going to want to find out the technical requirements needed in your developer. Hopefully that person can also help you articulate a few questions, a few interview questions. If you can get 5 to 10 questions put together that specifically address the skill sets you need to see in the developers in order for them to be able to build your product, then that's great. Those are two important things. Knowing the basic lexicon terminology of the space you need skill sets fulfilled, and some questions to be able to ask those people. That's a huge step forward also. So what do? You do the market research to find out if people want or need your product or service. You draw mock-ups of your MVP as detailed as you can. You have friends or peers or potential users look into those mock-ups and pare them down to only the features you need for a true MVP to make it cheapest for you in the future. You learn the skill sets needed to build that MVP, articulate some interview questions that you can pose to your candidates, and then you interview a bunch of people, not one. And that's one way to hire an outside developer as a non-technical founder. Thanks. Bye.